What is up everybody, Recabilly here, and today I have a new minigame concept for you guys, and this one is called Cannon Man. And this one is basically just a cannon that you shoot and blow things up and blow people up with. So let's hop into how this works. So over here we have our cannon, a very simple design, very small, but there's no holes for the cannons to come out, so obviously we're going to be using command blocks. So let's go ahead and check this out. We have our indicator light here to tell us if we can shoot it. When the light is on, that means yes, we can shoot. When the light is off, no, it is in cooldown mode. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. We can shoot once. Perfect. Actually, let me do scoreboard, objectives, remove, rocket, shots. Okay, I'm gonna actually get into that one later, but there we go, we shot one. We can make it shoot further out. We can make it shoot right next to us if we want. We have to wait for the light, actually. There we go, the light's back on so we can shoot. And as you can see, if you try to spam the buttons, nothing happens. You have to wait for the light and then shoot again. Awesome. So let's actually go ahead and summon some zombies over there. And now you can see we have a load of zombies right here. They're all piled up together. Oh, there we go. Perfect. But now let's go ahead and have them killed. So we're gonna add this objective back in. Add and dummy / scoreboard objectives set display sidebar rocket shots and / scoreboard players set at P rocket shots to 0. Let me actually set it to 1 just so that we can see it. There we go. And now back to 0. There we go. So rocket shots scoreboard is on the sidebar, and what this does is it counts how many times we actually shoot our rocket. Now this can be used because we are actually using a creeper instead of TNT to ride the firework. And the reason why we do that is because with creepers you can actually turn off mob griefing, and you see there are no explosions, no damage to the blocks, but we can still damage mobs and players. So for instance, right now we'll shoot and we'll destroy, and all of those mobs have died over there. Very cool. But let's say, hey, we want to really get them. We want to destroy their house. We want to leave a mark on their family and friends. Let them know that we're the boss. So the way that we do it is we just fire it again. Boom. And now you can see we destroyed the path. We didn't quite get the entire building, but we got this giant path. We left a mark on this one. So now you might be wondering, well, how did that work? Didn't you have mob griefing turned off? Yes, I did have mob griefing turned off. However, once the count hits to 2, it actually does it again, and we can see if it does it again. See, our scoreboard on the side is 0, so if we shoot, nothing happens, no damages. But if we shoot it again, oh, we gotta wait for the lights. Shoot it again, boom, now you see there's damage. So that's really cool. And I actually showed some creeper explosions inside my previous video. That's a really cool one. You can see that one. There's a link in the description. And I can go over how this all works in just 1 second. So the first part you want to focus on is, let me actually get rid of these, is the distance at which you are shooting the rocket. So right here we have 4 sets of buttons which all decide how far to send the rocket, and each one of these powers a command block. Right here you can see we have a scoreboard objective called power, and this one is set power to 1. This one sets the power to 2, sets the power to 3, and sets the power to 4. Now we can skip all the way over here. We'll ignore this command block for now, but right here we can see it tests to see if our score of power is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on. and if it does equal one of those, one of these comparators will turn on, which will power one of these command blocks, which turns off power. So power is set back to 0, and you can actually see right here is where the summon command comes in. So we're summoning the creeper with active effects 14, amplifier 1, duration 50, ambient 0, and what that means is the creeper is actually invisible for a certain amount of time, and the ambient is 0, so we don't see the particle effects. Now fuse is 13, and the reason why we do that is because the block distance over here is 13, depending on how far you want to send the rocket. You have to just calculate how long it really takes to get there. So in this case it was 13, so we set our fuse to 13, we make the creeper ignited, and the explosion radius is 10. Now we also have it riding a fireworks rocket entity, and it's set on a certain motion with a lifetime of 13. So these two, the fuse time and lifetime, these are both 13 ticks. So once they're equal, you can see that they blow up as soon as the rocket ends. It's pretty perfect actually. And I can show you a video on the motion and direction of fireworks in one of my videos before. The link is in the description for that. And this is all done right there. So each one of these sets the rockets to shoot out and blow up at a certain time. Now these command blocks underneath here, they're actually duplicated. So this one and this one are the same, this one and this one are the same, because comparators or repeaters will actually power all of the blocks around it. So this one will power this one and this one will power this one, and these two actually. This one will power those three, and this one will power those two. So it's just convenience using less command blocks. So right here we have scoreboard players add epi rocket shots to 1, and what that does is, you see on the sidebar, rocket shots is 0. So if our rocket shots, if this shoots out, it adds 1 to our rocket shots. And over here it sets our cooldown to 30. So that is 30 ticks of this repeater clock. Right here it removes 1 from the clock, and once it hits 0 it will stop, and you can actually fire it again. And you can see that we have our indicator light right here. This is just test for score, cooldown is 0, and if it is 0 then it turns the light on. So very simple. Now let's go ahead and get into how the explosions work and how we decide when we want it to explode. So right here you can see that every time these command blocks get powered and are true, the comparator will turn on, which turns on the repeater, which powers this redstone. So it can be any one of these blocks. This will just update these command blocks. Right here we have a test for score rocket shots min equals 2. So if we have 2 shots out, then it makes the game rule for mob griefing true, and that means yes, now they can blow stuff up and destroy things. Now we have a little bit of a repeater delay over here, and that's just because we have distance. If you have a further distance, you're gonna want more of a delay, but over here it sets the mob griefing to false again, and down here it sets the rocket shots back to 0 so that we can repeat the process. For instance, now that it is 0, we can do shoot it out, and now it's 1 again. Wait for the light. There we go. Shoot it out, and once it hits 2, you're gonna see that it turns back to 0. 2 and 0. Very quick, very easy, and understandable. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm really excited to use this for a new minigame that we're working on. We're actually going to be starting this today. Don't know if I mentioned that already, but I'm really excited about it. This is going to be lots of fun. And oh, look, blew up these little 2 spots up here. So yeah, be sure to check out those videos I have in the description. and I'll check you guys next time. Peace out.